This marriage went to hell, and it went to hell fast.
Yeah.
Because these are things where you talk about it, where you compromise, where you go to therapy, where you give ground, you take ground, where these are all boundary discussions you have while you're still in the dating phase.
Yeah.
So that when you're married, you know each other. That's one of those things where you talk about before you get married, because your wife knows your boundaries because she knows you, right? And so for it to get to that point, that tells me your wife maybe really didn't know you.
Baby, I ain't got no thoughts. I got the T, bitch.
Details on Jeezy and Jeannie Mai going their separate ways after 2 years of marriage. Just days after E.T. learned the rapper filed for divorce from the TV host, we're now hearing the two weren't on the same page when it came to certain family values and expectations. Our source adding they had different views and each felt like their needs weren't being completely met. According to Jeezy's filing, a prenup was signed and there is no hope for reconciliation.
I got the bitch. I got the T.
One of the members said this about Jeannie Mai and Jeezy's marriage. And also take that guy with a grain of salt. You talk about he got the tea, okay? We're going to just take that at face value.
Baby, I ain't got no thoughts. I got the T, bitch.
Okay. Oh, what's the
So I got the bitch. I got the T. Okay, so y'all know I had to call up to Atlanta, baby, and find out what all the hell was going on. Because I know people who are in that circle. Y'all ready for the T, bitch?
Yes. Get to us, Lord.
Number one, distance. Not being in the same place often.
Honestly, I think that the whole distance thing, I understand how it could be frustrating when your wife is across the country, or when she's doing an interview, or when she's got to fly to LA every other day, or she's got to, do this booking and this book signing, and she's got to do this and that and that. I see how that can be annoying, but at the same time, Jeezy, my dude, this is the woman that you married, dog. Like, I can't fault Jeannie Mai for continuing her life. Mm-hmm. If you thought that Jeannie Mai, when you married her, was going to become, an apple pie baking, breastfeeding, staying on the couch and watch movies every night type of woman, my dude, that's on you. I'm not picking sides, but if this is the case, if you're really upset over the distance, I got to be real. This is the woman that she is. And just because you're not rapping no more and you got your real estate bag, you got your entrepreneur bag, that's cool. But that doesn't mean that she got to stop her career. I do feel like a part of that has to be compromised. But at the same time, you can't ask that woman to not pursue her dream when, you know what I'm saying, you married her while she was doing that dream.
Me, I feel like if that's one of the reasons, or that's the T, I feel like that T is not credible because Jeezy's a businessman. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. She's from the streets. You have to have a lot of things in order to, survive in the streets. You know what I'm saying? So there's no way in hell that they didn't talk this over before they got married. Like, they had to have a conversation like, I know you busy. I know you all over the place. I'm in Atlanta. You doing all this other stuff, the fourth and the fifth. Yeah, I feel like out of all people, Jeezy would have a talk with somebody like, hey, we need to just make sure we're organized and we're on the same page.
I add this caveat, right?
Okay.
They were dating all throughout the pandemic. Do you think that maybe things changed once that changed maybe?
Probably she's doing like a lot of shows in home.
Yeah, she's
little
doing a lot of
podcasts in
virtual
home.
shows, yeah.
And he's probably used to that.
Yeah.
And he's not used to, now she's flying out.
Yeah, and then she's gone
for 3 weeks. And,
right, she's gone for 3 weeks, and then you got to take care of the kid.
Yeah.
And we'll get to some other stuff later. Okay.
Okay, that makes sense.
Let's play the next clip.
The number two thing was she likes a social media relationship. He is a very private person. An example that was cited was that, he would want to have a couple friends over. Next thing you know is she's got 50 people over and a party planner. He didn't like all of that.
Just knowing Jeezy's background and the type of, things he's involved in the streets, that I can see how it could be a very uncomfortable showing your family, showing where you are all the time, showing your children. I know that the Gucci Mane and Jeezy beef is supposedly over, but there's still people who are riding for the opposite ends. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That people don't let go beef as lightly as, the people involved in it. You know what I'm saying? So you out here showing your child, I just feel like that's just inconsiderate. Like, you're not reading the room. Like, you don't know this man's past. You don't know
her
him.
end?
Yeah, on her end.
Yeah.
Like, you're not being considerate of your husband, and clearly you're not doing your research on who you married because, even though Jeezy's done a lot of good things, like, there's still a lot of bad people who follow him around, and that's why he has security. That's why he has to move a certain type of way. So if you're out here showing potential addresses and showing what your children look like, that's a big no-no.
Yeah. Oh, no woman gonna be mad at you. There's a compromise in everything. And in a relationship,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be, Dr. Love over here, but
All right, Dr. Love.
some of these things, okay. Some of these things you got to compromise. But maybe it's like, hey, when we do get-togethers, I don't want people to see my house. I want people to see my cars, my license plates, none of that. At an event, you do your thing. But when we at my house, we're not doing that. And that's just an example of how you can set a boundary. You can compromise because she gets what she wants, the social media aspect, and you get what you want. They started dating in 2019, and then they were really dating through COVID. In 2021, they got married. And I think for them, maybe, just maybe, COVID kind of gave their relationship kind of a false...
Like a boost.
Like a boost or like a false sense of security. Like, oh, this could work. But the world was on lockdown, right?
Yeah, that's all you can see. That's
all
like,
you can see.
You're so used to seeing her all
right.
the time.
And you thought, oh, okay, this is what marriage is going to be and with him or with her. And then the world opens up and you just like, whoa, this ain't what I signed up for. Speaking of ain't what I signed up for, Kenny, play the last clip.
Mama has been with them from the beginning of the marriage, and now the brother lives in the house. You see what I'm saying? So that's an issue too. Her brother.
So we got family living in the house. We got a big old family party at the Jeezy house. So, Eddie, I know you were foaming at the mouth.
Besides all that, I feel like it's a battle of cultures that basically, like, to sum it all up, there's an Asian household. One of my best friends is an Asian dude. I'm invited to the house all the time. And I learned over the years, like, they tend to stick together. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's their culture. Us as Black Americans, usually by the time we like 18, ready to go to college, your parents like, get the hell out the house. You by yourself. I went to Asia a couple years ago. All throughout, everybody's sticking together. Parents taking care of grandparents. And I can see how that could be like some overwhelming for Jeezy. You know what I'm saying? You might be like, hey, you gonna get a job, dude? Your brother's around here. Hey,
playing GTA
over here. Hey, when your mom's gonna help out.
Yeah.
But they seem like nice people, but I feel like it just didn't work out.
This marriage went to hell, and it went to hell fast.
Yeah.
The relationship wasn't built in a sustainable way.
Yeah.
The relationship was built through COVID, maybe through COVID lockdown. Maybe y'all were still in the honeymoon, dating, early phases. Because these are things where you talk about it, where you compromise, where you go to therapy, where you give ground, you take ground. Where these are all boundary discussions you have while you're still in the dating phase.
Yeah.
So that when you're married, you know each other. Oh, Mom, I know Jeezy doesn't like you guys over every day of the week. Hey, bro, you can stay with us for a couple weeks, but you got to find a job.
Yeah.
Hey, Jeezy will get you started with doing this. Maybe you could be an audio engineer. Maybe you can go to school or something, but you can't stay in this house all day. You got to do something.
Yeah.
That's one of those things where you talk about before you get married, because your wife knows your boundaries because she knows you, right? And so for it to get to that point, that tells me your wife maybe really didn't know you.
I got the tea.
What's up, y'all? I'm Keith.
This is your boy Eddie.
And I appreciate you guys. Let's shoot it again. I messed up. What's up, guys? I'm Keith.
And this is Eddie.
And we want to say, guys, we appreciate you guys watching this entire video, and we would really appreciate it if you would
like and subscribe.
Okay, that was my line, but we appreciate it if you would like and subscribe. There's more coming where that came from. If I said that right.
Yeah.
We're coming with that. Anyways, thank you for watching the video. Please like and subscribe. We will see you next time.